The fact is, there is a plastic, and it doesn't disappear. Over the recent decades, plastic waste in the ocean and other aquatic ecosystems have become an increasing environmental problem and has prompted an urgent action by many governments all over the world. The recent surveys have also shown that the world plastic production has experienced an overwhelming growth for more than half a century, rising from 1.9 tons in 1950 to approximately 330 million tons in 2013. The stunning coastal areas around the world, as well as other spectacular shoreline habitats, are severely inflicted by an extreme plastic waste problem, and this elicits our urgent consideration to compensate for our unkind manner towards our environment. In Australia, for example, the total amount of plastic consumption in each year is 130 kilograms per person. The remnants of the consumed plastics are more than 12%, and this amount can create up to 130,000 tons of plastic pollution that are selfishly disposed to the marine environments. So the question arises here is why it is important to reduce our plastic waste. Plastic lasts forever. About 8 million tons of plastic enters the sea every year, and if we keep going like this, we may confront a future with more plastic in the ocean than fish. Plastic waste can enter the food chain and come back to us. Plastics are generally tested for the potential impacts on human health in consumer products. Recent studies have shown that human exposures to plastic waste can lead to traumatic health problems. These toxic pollutions that is entered to marine food chain can eventually be accumulated in our body through consumption of seafood. This literally means that we are committing suicide without being aware of it. But this is not the only horrible impact of plastic waste. Plastic also kills animals. There are many sea animals that are under severe threat because of our selfish manner of plastic production and consumption. The tragedy of reduction in number of sea turtles, seals and sea lions, seabirds and many fish species as a result of plastic pollution may indirectly show our cruel manner towards our environment. Recent studies have shown that plastic pollution have affected at least 7 marine species, while some estimates also suggest that at least 100 million marine mammals are killed each year due to the exposure to the toxic plastic residual.
One important step is to urgently reduce single-use plastic products. Recently, some companies have started supporting initiatives to assist recycling and cleaning up plastics. For this step, the key solution for them is to urgently introduce an alternative sustainable packaging system. It is also important that governments devote an urgent effort and allocate a sufficient budget to reconsider and refine climate policies, with governments' bodies working together to tackle this global tragedy. In fact, it's important to know that such political amendments are needed to be made now, not in 10 years from now. The earlier this happens, the higher chance of survival for endangered species and improving human health. And more importantly, we must make personal responsibility and limit our use of plastic significantly. For example, a reusable water bottle or coffee cup can be carried. And for shopping, we can take a laundry bag or another product that is reusable. Moreover, we can buy second-hand goods and use paper or glass bags for shopping and ensure they are recyclable many times. All these can dramatically minimize our single-use plastic consumption. And last but not least, it's important to educate the public. Many governments in some part of the world have incorporated plastic waste management courses and recycling training into their school curriculums. This is a useful strategy, and such initiatives should become common all over the world and improve public education. However, governments also need to encourage enterprises to change and adopt procurement policies which reduce plastic footprint on this earth. Finally, it's important to know that we are not the only generation that live on this earth. There are millions more humans generations coming in the future, and of course, they also need clean, plastic-free environment to live a healthy life. So let's be mindful about our future.